and welcome. This is Wisdom Speakers and Seekers podcast, and my name is Jennifer Regular. I am a soul-centered empowerment coach at Lighting the Path and your host here at the Wisdom Speakers and Seekers podcast, where I bring in guests from all around the world to share how we can more fully embody who we are and do what we came here to do. Today, I have Natan Verkhovsky. I am so excited that he's here from Montreal, Canada. And he has been a mental training specialist to elite athletes and business executives for over 24 years. He's also a medical hypnotherapist and author of Personal Momentum, as well as the founder, director, and instructor at the Essential Academy. Natan created the course Personal Mastery, Controlling Your Activation Levels, the Limitless Program, Effortless Mastery, Getting to 10 to 10, and has adapted 23 mental, physical, emotional drills and exercises to help peak performers in all disciplines and walks of life. Today, he's here to shed light on the top energy leaks and what we can do about them. Welcome, Natan. What an honor and pleasure to have you here joining us today.
Thank you so much. It's a blessing to know you for so long and to see how far you've come and where you're going through. And it's just awesome to be part of your group and your community. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And tell us, Natan, what led your path along the way to do what you do and pursue your passions and really help people pursue theirs?
I was blessed to be, connected to a very powerful European family. My parents are Soviet, and so when they came over, you do what your parents do. That's not a question. My dad's an Olympic gymnast and athlete. He's been 30 years Cirque du Soleil and Olympic Hall of Fame and all these incredible things. My mom, concert pianist, 7 gold medals on international competitions. So as amazing as they are, you have no choice. As a kid, you're like, wow, at 12 years old, I won the Kiwanis Music Festival. And at 16, I was ranked all state. And ranked #1 in Alberta in power tumbling and gymnastics and stuff. So I was coming from that high peak performance background. What I fell in love with was the ability to do energy activation. And as an energy coach for the last 25 years, I've been looking at ways to go up, down, and neutralize your energy without the more unique and traditional Reiki and other energy modalities, more through mental, physical, and emotional drills. In that scope, I was blessed enough to work with Cirque du Soleil athletes, and you're talking to Team China, Russia, Japan, France, and I'm representing Team Canada, and so we all go out drinking, and it doesn't stop. And then it's 8 o'clock the next morning, and somebody goes, "Crap! It's not Friday; it's Saturday. We're actually competing in half an hour, and everyone's still drunk." So I look around, and I go, "Is there any do you guys have a technique, a drill? I don't want to hear a motivational pep talk. I need to bring my energy level, which is at a 2 out of 10, to a 7 or 8 out of 10 in the next 30 minutes. Do we have something?" And everyone said, "Oh, you know what? In China, we do this. In France, we do this. In Russia, we do this. Spain." And I'm like, "Oh," and I'm taking notes. And that became that first best-selling book, Personal Momentum, Secrets of Self-Transformation, that outlines those 23 mental, physical, and emotional drills to go up, down, and neutralize.
So not so secret anymore because you've revealed them. So tell us, how do we do that? How do we bring our energy up? And when would we want to bring it down or neutralize?
If you're looking at an equation, it's got to match on the left side to the right side. On the left side, you want to increase your intention, your desire to do something. And if you go plus, increase your focus, your actual intent. So if we got intention over here, we've got intensity over here. If I increase my intensity, if I increase my intention, if I increase my focus, if I increase my, what do I get on the other side? We get productivity, we get energy. So if I'm asking the basic question of how do I increase my energy, what's the other side of the equation? Increase my intention, my desire to do something, increase my intensity so that my focus is laser beam focused. You put those two together, you increase those two, you increase your productivity automatically. It's a byproduct.
So it's like you have these different controls that you're working out and trying to find the right balance and everything. But do you have a specific way to be able to get there?
Oh, of course. And it depends on where you are. So if you're already blessed enough to be somebody at 9 out of 10 in your life, personally and professionally, and you've already been on stages, stressful situations, public speaking, big sales meetings, whatever it is that gives you that, if you take a look at you knowing best, no one knows better than you. And if you take a look at, okay, I'm walking across the stage right now. I'm going to stand at this podium. I'm going to deliver a keynote for 30 minutes. I'm going to ask questions for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to leave. Gotcha. Had a good lunch. I'm dressed well. I've slept. I should have more than enough energy to do this. And I've been doing this as a public speaker for 20 years. Perfect. And here's what I keep hearing time and time again. That expert goes out, and I ask them, so as you're walking across the stage, from -10 to 0 to +10, rate your energy. Oh, God. Probably at about a 7, maybe 8, a little bit of nervous energy, a little bit of butterflies in the stomach. I'm about to go speak. I'm like, okay. What do you figure you should be at? Oh, crap, I should be at like a 2. I'm like, yeah, because all you're doing is walking. What the hell are you at an 8 for? That nervous tension, that anxiety, that tension literally drains energy. And draining emotional energy is the most powerful one that you can do. Don't worry about mental. Don't worry about physical. Emotional is way more draining and taxing. So knowing that you should be at a 2, what happens? You hit the stage and now you overcompensate. Oh, crap, I'm way too low. And now you go way too high. Now you're at an 8 out of 10. Or you realize that you were way too high as you were walking around and go, uh-oh, and you overcompensate the other way. And now you're at a 2. And your talk sounds like this, and it's awful. And then you realize it at the end and go, crap, and you overcompensate the other way. And now you got your 10 minutes and you're like, and people aren't thinking you're listening or paying attention or really hearing their questions. So no way does this work. And you still leave and you still got paid and you'll still get booked again because you've been doing this for 20 years. But that's the state of the union that I keep talking to and seeing people at and going, you know better. You know where you should be because you're an expert. So to answer your question, you know better. You know where you should be at any moment. If we're going into this podcast, what should you be at, Jennifer? Should you be at a 9 out of 10? Should you be at like a good calm 4 or 5? And if you're not at a good calm 4 or 5, don't waste your time asking yourself why not. Your kitchen is on fire. You can choose to go in and take out the fire. You can choose to go play forensic firemen and figure out where's the cause of this. I don't want that to happen again. Yeah, no kidding, but we got to put it out first before we tackle the detective stuff, right? That's the difference. If you know you need to be at a 4 or 5 out of 10, and right now we're about to start a podcast interview, and you're at a 9 out of 10, what I teach are 23 mental, physical, and emotional drills that will specifically change your activation level so that you decide if your energy should go up, down, or neutralize. You decide. I'm not here to teach you what it should be. You should already know that. That's why I only work with people at that level. But at that level, especially if you know better, I'm here to give you a new tool belt with 23 unique tools that I know you haven't seen or used before.
So there's a lot of awareness that has to come about for knowing what your energy levels are on the different levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and also to know how you want to be showing up and setting the intention to do that so you can direct your time and energy in the most effective and efficient way that's going to support the kind of messages that you're putting out there as a speaker, or how to perform as a performer, no matter what you're performing in. Right? Yeah. So you're mentioning about that anxiety and the stress and how that drains your energy. So that's what you're referring to when you talk about an energy leak.
Yes.
Yeah. So what are some of the other energy leaks that people may or may not be aware of?
If we're looking at the fun ones for today, if we're looking at what energy mistakes are costing you in your life right now, what time and money are. If we're looking at playing at the intersection between time and money, you can't get more time.
Right. Time is not a renewable resource.
Right. And can you get more money? Sure. But how on earth are they connected?
Right.
Well, what's missing is the energy in the middle. That's where, as an energy coach, people are like, oh, I'm like, well, yeah, let's say you go, okay, no more time. Pretend I can give you an extra 2 hours. You're like, crap, I'm late for a meeting. I need to prepare. I didn't do it. I'm stuck. I can wave a magic wand and give you an extra 2 hours. But you were up all night and you have no energy. How useful is that 2 hours going to be to you? 2 hours of time is useless without energy. The exact same way that if we look at, can we have something come up that gives me tons and tons of energy? And I'm like, well, of course, because in that moment you can do anything. So energy and time useful. Money and energy, useful. Time and money, good luck with that. You'll be trading your time for money like everybody else.
And would you say all of that, Natan, is energy?
Of course.
Yes, and it's important to be able to keep that moving so it doesn't become stagnant, to allow it to circulate.
Yes, like look at the people that you hang out with. Your top 5 people, you know, your area of people is related directly to how much money you make and your influence and your affluence. So show me who your people are, show me who you're connected to, show me what's important in your world. That changes everything. That's why it's so critical that you surround yourself mentally with the right things, that you don't let yourself say the wrong things. I'm so stupid. Oh, I always do that. The first person who hears anything is you. Why would you say that to yourself? Why would you reprogram that to yourself? So instead, we'll do a quick exercise. My second book, Moments of Power, Quotes from the Wall of Wisdom, came when my wife said, you need to take a digital detox. And I'm a big, notepad and paperclip kind of guy and stuff. I'm old school that way. So I've got these beautiful Post-its all over the wall, call it the Wall of Wisdom. And in that time, when she said, you got to take a break, can't use your computer and stuff like that, I'm sitting there going, crap, what do I do? So I wrote a book, Moments of Power, Quotes from the Wall of Wisdom. And I picked and chose the ones that I wanted, put them into the book. And the way the book is designed, and it's not a promo for the book, I don't need the promo, it's done in a different way where there's a quote, there's an expansion that lets you dive deeper into the quote, and then there's a personal mastery exercise to really, really let you go, you know what, I want to get a glass of wine, I want to think about this one. This could change some things for me. So in that context, I want to play a fun game with you. This could be like an oracle, meaning you can ask a question ahead of time. We flip to a page at random, you say stop, I read it, and you go, holy crap, that either answered it or nope, that completely missed the mark.
All right, let's play.
If you want, or we can use it as a muse. No question, just blank, random, flip to a page and inspire me. What would you like?
Okay, let's go with the muse. Let's see, be open to the possibilities here.
Here we go. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Ooh. When was the last time you truly listened to the power of your own instinct? It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. Why do some people associate kindness with weakness? It is so critical that some people appreciate all others as equals, that you'll find some very influential people doing unique tests to see how future partners will treat people, even those people that are, let's say, waiting on them at a table in a restaurant. Are they genuine with them? Are they acting as they would be treating a future partner? If so, then they treat everyone equally. If not, then they may not be the right partner for you. You know that it is much more serving and valuable to you and everyone around you to never forget your kindness. When was the last time that you practiced being nice and realized that that was more important than how important you felt you should be or how recognized you feel you should be?
Yes, very good. So important to be kind to others and to ourselves as well, and to recognize the difference between coming from the place of soul, which is always intending to connect with others and to be of service to others, rather than coming the place from ego where, you know, you're trying to show up a certain way or do a certain thing or be a certain way, or you're judging yourself or others and comparing yourself and others, where ego likes to control things, right? So I really appreciate that. And that what you said in the beginning too about listening. When was the last time you really listened to your internal voices? Because we are so focused and we're, you know, bombarded every day by all those external things, external
and
energy,
all the shiny
external
lights
thoughts.
and all the amazing programs
yes.
and the greatest new summit and guru. And if you just buy this software, it'll triple your sales and conversions. And really, are you just chasing happiness? Because that's one of the things that we talk about in terms of an energy point. You're overcoming perfectionism versus imposter syndrome.
Yes.
We're looking at, are your reasons going to be bigger than your excuses? So in it, maybe you've got too many other people in your life that you surround yourself with. They're not contributing to your growth. Maybe you just aren't comfortable being uncomfortable and not realizing that nobody gets out of this life alive.
And you don't want your excuses to be bigger than your dreams.
No.
And your dreams also don't work unless you do, right?
Agreed. So
Yes.
that is what we talk about when you said, what are the energy points?
Mm-hmm.
Those are the points that we talk about, that if you can control and get a handle on those energy mistakes that are just draining and costing you money, because
Right.
you're hanging out with the wrong people, you're chasing happiness, your reasons are going to be like not as big as your excuses. And at the end of the day, you're just not comfortable being uncomfortable and forgetting that that's what this is. You're not meant to be comfortable the entire damn time.
No, that's just it. You know,
The entire damn time either.
you know, people always talk about, you know, this comfort zone. And then how do we get out of the comfort zone? People don't want to leave their comfort zone, but what if you thought about it as actually stepping into your growth zone, you know, and allow yourself to evolve and expand and see what else is possible.
Yes.
And when you have more energy, then you have more capacity as well to be able to open yourself up even further, those possibilities. But as you said, to really anchor them in too, to really go down deep. And just like in that book you just showed us, give yourself space to reflect and to digest and to process and to then integrate that and see how you want to bring it back out. How are you going to apply it? How are you going to move it with your everyday life and in your activities and the way you're showing up in the world? But you mentioned about imposter syndrome, I heard you say, and I know that's a big thing for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit more about that one and what the energy can be drained out when you're in that kind of space.
So we're looking at imposter syndrome versus perfectionism.
Yeah.
And the beauty is it's a flip of the same damn coin.
Mm-hmm.
If you are concerned about imposter syndrome and you went to medical school, you've got the white coat and you've got the stethoscope and you're in a hospital with a name tag with your name on it, that's not imposter syndrome. You're a doctor. This is appropriate. If you're in that same setting and you didn't go to medical school, also not imposter syndrome, called fraud. Get out of there. That's not you. You're not a doctor. Stop it, right? So if you're a damn doctor, you're a doctor. Cut it out. Mm-hmm. Stop with the, maybe I'm not the best doctor in the world. Let me make imposter syndrome very easy for you. Mm. If you're constantly focusing on the people 3-4 steps ahead of you that are better than you or further ahead in some way, you'll never impress them. They'll never pull you up. That's not how this works. If you instead remind yourself that your 80% is someone else's 100%, and look down or behind at the people that are 3 steps behind you, pull them up.
Yes.
They will look at you like, I would give my left arm for your problems. You don't know how to motivate this and that, or activate this and that, or sell more of this and that. I don't even have any of this and that. Wow. That's where you earn your wings. Mm. And now you get to go up to this group.
Right. So stop trying to be perfect.
Stop trying to be bigger and better than yourself by comparing yourself to others that are bigger and better than you in whatever way you judge them to be. Focus on the people that would look at you as like, oh my God, I'm so blown away to know you. You're amazing inspiration. Can you please help guide me? Because they're 3 steps behind you. You can't tell them your problems and concerns. It would blow their mind. The same way that millionaires shouldn't tell us about their problems and concerns, because we're like, doesn't sound like a problem. I'm like, you're not a millionaire. This is a big problem, right? So in that same context, it needs to vibrate at an energy level of abundance. And at the level that you vibrate at attracts everything around you. So if you're vibrating at a crap, I got to pay the rent level, guess what you attract? Compared to, you know what? I am ridiculously abundant, maybe in money, maybe in time, maybe in resources, maybe in contacts, maybe in skills, maybe in expertise, maybe in education, maybe in experience. There's got to be something that I can trade to somebody somewhere that'll move me forward more in my journey. Yes. You don't know what your journey is? We need to get together so you can see a roadmap. You're on your roadmap and you keep hitting that same plateau. You may need to take a different car to get you here than you took to get you here.
Yes.
The terrain changes.
Let it go, let it flow, and let it grow.
Right.
So I remember you speaking in another conversation that we had, or maybe it was in one of your courses, that really stuck with me, Natan. It was about where we self-sabotage to regain balance. Mm-hmm. And I found that one very interesting because I can see that pattern even within myself where, I could be letting go and letting things flow and growing with all of that. And then suddenly I'll do something to sabotage it. because it feels not that it's uncomfortable, but things are out of balance, and, about having energy way up here. And then how do we kind of neutralize that so that we are in balance, and we're not, like in Ayurveda, we talk about the Vata energy where it's all, scattered and all over the place. And, and you can still be kind of grounded in that, but how do you find the right place to be? How do you find your equilibrium? How do you not self-sabotage to find and regain that balance?
When your inner saboteur comes out and you are somebody who starts a million projects and never finishes them, know that the only two ways out of that is, number one, awareness, and number two, organization. You need to get organized.
Right.
If you're organized, this will never happen. And if you're aware that you're disorganized, you'll get more organized. It is a constant, beautiful biofeedback loop. Know that you're a Vata. Know that you're a Pitta. Know where your mindset is. And if it is calm like water and you can drop a stone into it, great. What is it going to take to get you a little more excited, more alive? Get you out of that meditative state that you are and one with everyone, because that's not where we function as humans. That's where you came from. That's where you get to go back to. In the meantime, you're here to experience. This isn't human doing. This is human being, which is uncomfortable for some. Like a cocoon, it's swaddling and it's restrictive, but it's necessary for transformation.
Right. And what if people don't want to change and transform? And that's exactly what they're trying to avoid.
Well, sit in a chair for 2 minutes and you're fine. Sit in it for 20 minutes and you're like, you might want to move a bit.
Yes.
Sit in it for 2 hours and you're like, getting uncomfy. Sit in it for 2 days. You've got major problems.
Yeah.
Sit in it for 2 weeks. If you can, you're dead.
Right. Good analogy.
So there's change is happening whether you want to change or not, buddy. You want to sit still? I'm not moving. Okay. Sit there for 2 weeks. I'll talk to you in another life.
It reminds me of a quote that I saw a while back about from the universe. I had to make you uncomfortable, otherwise you wouldn't have moved.
And if you stay still, you die, like a shark that doesn't keep swimming.
So life is happening anyway.
Life is that air that passes over the shark's gills. And if you want it to pass quickly, swim quicker. If you want it to pass slowly, swim slower. When people feel overwhelmed, I like to look at the analogy of a passenger in a car. If you feel that the world is going by too quickly, stop looking out the damn side view mirror. Refocus back on the front and it'll come back into a proper perspective. Your perspective as things are flying by around you is, no kidding, it's crazy. Is it accurate? Yes. Is it true? Yes. But is it ultimately serving you? No. So who cares if it's accurate? Who cares if it's true? What do you want, a Boy Scout mission and taking an oath? This is you. You're the star of your own damn movie. Nobody gets out of this life alive. So who are you answering to? What are you trying to do? Ultimately, keep that in your mind and you won't worry about perfectionism and waiting for 14 damn lights to turn green before you leave the house, because you realize that may take too long. And I don't have a note from the big guy telling me, yeah, tomorrow, guaranteed, you got it. You're going to be here, I promise. I don't have that. Maybe you do. I act appropriately because of that. So I make sure that there's no way that I could possibly concern myself with that. I live that completely to the moment as if it was my last. One day I'll be correct.
And you've put so much wisdom too, didn't you, Natan, in a program. And it's a really high value program that you're offering about the top 5 energy leaks, right? That are costing you money.
The ones that we were talking about today. Yes.
So tell us a little bit more about that.
So because the Academy is a .org, we're a not-for-profit. We have hundreds and hundreds of people from around the world that are most incredible instructors and students and people like going to Harvard University at 9 out of 10, looking to get higher, looking to get better, or looking to teach at that level and influence and impact millions of others around the world. In that capacity, one of the courses that I put out is a 2-hour energy workshop, top energy mistakes you're making that are costing you money. We touched upon them today. That is a $500 course that the Academy pays for you, because free doesn't have any value. But being able to put on this kind of a value, knowing that if you commit the time, this resource is paid for you. If you want to go further after that, by all means, reach out to me. There's many learning paths available depending on what you want to do.
And this is something that you're making available to everyone right now.
Worldwide.
As well.
The
That is
Academy pays
so
for
special. Honored to have the link for that for everyone in the show notes there, and also to your website about the Essential Academy. Tell us a little bit more about that and what people will find there once they click on that link.
TheEssentialAcademy.org, it's federally incorporated as a not-for-profit. It is a private, invitation-only, by referral only educational community. You can't buy your way in. It's not a program. It's not a course. It is, like I said earlier, like the equivalent of a Harvard University online. People that are already at a 9 out of 10, personally and professionally, and are people like you and me that pay money for other people to help us, coach us, programs, any kind of self-development and growth. Well, of course, I spend thousands, if not much more than that every year. This would be the kind of learning institution that you'd say, I could see I can find some really cool courses here. That makes sense.
Can you share a little bit about what courses people would find?
Oh, goodness. We have 83 instructors and 21 categories in 70 different courses. Everything, anything imaginable, from personal growth and development to business growth and development to really, really cool arts and crafts. We have everything on health. We have everything on business. It's an online university.
Amazing. So you definitely cover a lot of ground there. So highly recommend you click on that link to check it all out. There's bound to be something there for you that's going to help you let go and find the flow, and also essentially help you grow. So we are continuously evolving and having this human experience, and what better way to be able to gather with other humans
Yes.
and be able to experience more and experience things at a deeper level and to fix those energy leaks, right? Stop allowing things to drain your energy.
Yes.
And so, that course would be a fantastic way to be able to do that. So we'll have the link to that as well. And is there any other final words of wisdom that you'd like to share with us, Natan?
I would say to everybody that's coming in, if you're having the money problem, if you're having the money question, because the end of that is energy leaks, right? We talked a whole bunch of energy, talked a whole bunch of that stuff. We haven't talked too much about the money side. The money side's easy. It's the money side. Money is like a beautiful woman. She doesn't want to be bored with your stories about you. She doesn't want to hear about all the things you're going to do. I want to be impressed by who you are and how you treat people. I want to be impressed with what you stand for and what you believe in. I want to be impressed by your actions more than your words. So I want to see what it is that you've done and what it is that you do and what it is that you want to do. That's where money loves to play and stay. You get bigger than yourself, you shine a spotlight off of you and onto others. Money loves multiplying that effort back out like a boomerang. And when it comes back around and it hits you, you're like, whoo, I did not expect that. That's the beauty. For us, we're a not-for-profit. I could talk to you about making millions of dollars. I can't keep any of it. The beauty is, if I could convince millions of people over here to give me millions of dollars, hold it in trust, while I then find millions of people over here that this can serve. What a blessing.
Yes. Beautiful. Well, thank you so much. And thank you for sharing all of your wisdom here today. It's been such an honor to have you as a guest, Natan.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And to all of you who have been listening and watching the Wisdom Speakers and Seekers podcast, I honor you, and we'll see you again next time. Bye for now.